Hello everyone, this is Jenko from Vancouver, Canada, and it has been my absolute pleasure being in Bogota, Colombia for the past week. You know, some of the things that you need to know about me is that I love traveling, culture, food, and experiencing amazing adventures. So of course I'm in Bogota and I'm the type of person who isn't the touristy tourist kind. I'm always asking people, what do the locals do? What do they eat? Where do they go? And it has been a joy for me to be a part of this process with a company called Fruandes. Fruandes is a Colombian company dedicated to the harvesting and manufacturing and packaging of organic dried fruit, such as mangoes, pineapples, bananas, dragon fruit, and golden berries. All of them I've tasted with my own lips outside of Colombia with a company called Level Ground in Vancouver. But you know what? Being in the facility and actually doing the process, that is something that I am so excited to tell you about. Fruandes is a direct fair trade company, and what that means is they compensate their farmers and their workers so that they can improve their way of life. And of course that all translates into the consumer's hands, such as myself, when I eat these delicious, amazingly well-made fruit. I mean, it's organic. If those of you who actually understand the process of organic production, it's not very easy. There needs to be certification and checks and balances, and Fruandes has been a stickler with this for the past how many years. And one thing that I found out about Fruandes that I did not know, among other things, before I came over to Bogota, is that they actually export this fruit to so many countries. Let me get my list right here and tell you some of them, because I thought it was just to the UK and Canada, but I'm glad I was wrong. So, some of the countries that they export to are Sweden, Switzerland, Italy, Czech Republic, Chile, the US, Netherlands, and I'm sure I've missed a few, but my goodness, talk about, if I was Colombian, I'd be super, super proud to be a part of this company, because this is the fruit of our land, right? Like literally, and we get to share this to the entire world in the midst of us pushing for social and economic change with our country and our workers. Heck yes. Now, the wonderful thing about my experience as a Canadian coming from a developed country and being with the workers and the admin staff of Fruandes is I actually got to have a sneak peek into what the company is on a day-to-day basis. I know, like, talk about non-touristy sort of experience, right? So there I walked into the company, I saw all these fresh fruit that has been brought from the farms of the people that they've been working with. And just as a note, they don't deal with big farms, they actually deal with smaller farmers in order to just elevate their way of living as well. So I walk into the plant and there's so much fresh fruit. And I was so excited and I said, okay, you need to put me to work. Like, I really fought for it. I was like, guys, you can't just let me sit in the office and tell me about all these amazing things you plan. Like, I actually have to do it. And so they put a little uniform on me. I looked like a medical doctor with scrubs, except I was a medical doctor for fruits. I thought that was cute. And obviously had to go through a disinfecting process to make sure that my hands and everything was clean. Even the boots that I was wearing had to be put into a little pool of water before I actually entered the factory. And in that place, I was able to cut and chop some of the fruits, such as mangoes and bananas, and sort through the golden berries, put them in the oven after laying them on these beautiful trays. Everything was systematic. The women workers who were there, oh, such beautiful, beautiful women. And of course, they have children who are raised in this environment and are given a chance to understand that business can actually make a difference in their lives and actually provide them with a future and an education, but that's aside, something that I picked up on. So anyway, there I was drying the fruit and sorting through them. And again, every step of the way, oh my goodness, I had to make sure that anything on my person was completely clean and that when we picked the fruit, it was quality control. Like little things like bumps and bruises and you know, maybe little marks because it was in the oven a little too long because it was a smaller piece of fruit compared to the other ones, had to be taken aside. So everything that was actually packaged in the little packets were top of the line. So after I went through the entire process in the actual production part, I was brought up to the packaging area wherein I had so much fun sticking the labels on the actual packets. And if you've seen the packets, they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I need to tell you about their packaging because I fell in love with it. And I didn't realize that Ferwandes actually did the packaging for Level Ground, which is the company based out of where I'm from in British Columbia, Canada. And when you look at the packaging, you'll just feel, healthy and very natural. And you know what? I'm just going to show you because you have to see it. So this is a sample of Ferwandes' packaging. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, I stuck some of the stickers on some of these packets the other day. And as you can tell, it's made from recyclable materials, which is amazing for a company. They are really pushing for zero waste in the next few years, which I think is absolutely commendable in a time wherein everything's convenient and we just want things that are nice looking and we don't think about the environment. So Ferwandes is a company that definitely knows about the relationship between consumer and production. Anyway, talking about company, I should tell you about my time in Ibagué. Ibagué, wow. Yes, it's a little bit further off from the city of Bogota, but it is so suitable for the new headquarters of Ferwandes, which I'm super stoked about because I actually got to go there and experience the climate and just the fresh air and even the spacious land that they're going to be getting. Their facilities will be at least 4 times bigger than their current production in Bogota, and I'm super stoked about it because not only are they moving the facilities, some of the workers and some of the employees are going to be moving with them, which I think is amazing because then you get to walk the walk and talk the talk at the same time. What do I mean by that? So, because Ferwandes is a company that deals with organic and fair trade and sustainability, what better way to really affirm the message than by living it out? AKA, why not have a garden in your backyard? Or heck, behind the company, wherein you can actually get the fruit and the herbs and the plants and actually make it into your meal on a daily, weekly basis. Or what about if you are way closer to the place wherein you have to ship your products, so you cut down on your carbon footprint? I mean, there's so much advantages to actually the company moving to Ibagué. And again, it was amazing for me to be there in the actual city, feeling the vibe and understanding that, this is a really good move for them. So again, full meal deal, nothing touristy about this. Got to talk things over in my broken Espanol. I keep saying Yo habla Espanol poquito with a number of the workers, and it was just so nice to be able to just stand alongside them and actually do their work, which I believe if any of you have the opportunity to go into another country and actually do the things that the locals are doing, best experience ever. Because it's not just you going up on a mountain and hiking and taking the photos and showing all your friends back in the place where you live all the amazing sights, but actually saying, hey, I know what it feels like, even for a day, being a local person, dealing with local issues. And to me, I feel like that might be the next wave of what traveling will be for maybe even the next millennium, for people to really have experiential knowledge of the country or the city that they're going into. So all that to say, I have had the best time here in Bogota. I want to thank Ferwandes and Javier and his team for making it a most memorable experience. I mean, seriously, I could have just come here and done the usual thing, but they went all the way out and were the best host ever. And this would be a recommendation for me for anyone coming into the city. If you want to have an internship with the company, or if you want to just even check it out, contact Ferwandes and get them to show you around and even sample some of the products. You'll probably fall in love just like me and bring a bunch of these packets home to share with your friends. Of course, because when you taste something so good, you become an ambassador. So now I am an ambassador to Rwanda's to the world. Anyway, this has been Jen Ko from Vancouver, Canada, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you around in another place of the world. Bye!